G's, 4 G's, yeah. 4 G's, 4 G's, 4 G's, let's go. 4 G's, 4 G's, 4 G's, look. Full syndication, full elevation, all generations, we already made it. 4 G's, 4 G's, 4 G's, yeah. 4 G's, 4 G's, 4 G's, let's go. 4 G's, 4 G's, 4 G's, look. Full syndication, full elevation, all generations, we already made it. We got Shot, Dot, Malcolm, Chris the King, plus the Doc. You know that's like 4 G's. Sports Mind. Real world, real problems, real news, real sports. We gon' let you know right here on 4 G's. 4 G's.
It's another episode of 4G Sports. I know you're trying to understand what is going on, but I'm going to give it to you real quick because I'm the OG with the championship ring in my fantasy league.
I am the king, and I'm the champion in my fantasy football league again.
Hey, you know what it is. You got the Doc, and I ain't the champion of fantasy. I got smacked. But I feel like I'm winning at life sometimes. So there's my certificates of graduation, you know?
Hey, that's more important, my brother. Congratulations once again on that.
Yeah, thank you all, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, 4G world. Hey, we're going to go unscripted today. Let's just throw some stuff out there and let's get to talking about it.
All right.
Should we talk about what happened in DC first, or should we wait for that for last? Everybody's quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, do we want to start the show off disgusted or end it disgusted?
We'll wait.
You know what I mean?
What is the surprise NBA team for you this year? Even though the season just started, what would you say is the surprise team so far?
Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it.
I hate to say it,
but
the Suns is hooping.
Yeah.
The Suns is hooping. The Suns is hooping.
It's obviously exciting to me, but
that's not my heart to say it.
I'll tell you what. Hey, man, I feel you. I have had my heart crushed so many times on this show. Dang Lakers. But hey, here's the other piece though, man. It's a long season. So the question is, can it be sustained?
It look good though.
They look good. And they're winning. There's a couple things that pleasantly surprised me the most about it is they're winning with defense, which is not the Suns' calling card. Because Mikal Bridges is the real deal, man. That dude can defend. And they're actually stacking these wins without D Book and Chris Paul actually playing real well yet. You know, they're still trying to figure each other out at the guard position. So I think when that gets to clicking, they'll be okay. They're number one as of, I think, yesterday. They did take an L, but I don't anticipate them ending number one. I would say they could probably stick into that 5 range, maybe come away mid pack.
I got you.
I agree.
I do like the Suns. Don't get me wrong, but I think the surprise team for me is the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento is having internal problems, but whoever thought Sacramento would get back to? I mean, it's early. It is definitely early, but the way they are playing, I have to give Luke Walton and Sacramento some credit. That was a team I thought it was going to take them a minute.
Right.
Because, they have no big man. They don't, but they're coming along. So, but the Suns, hands down, is my number one team surprise of the year.
I kind of like that you brought up the Kings, though, because they are surprising. It's a little bit weird to me to see them doing so well and having that turmoil early.
Right.
I don't understand where that tweet from Bagley's dad came from. I don't really get what's going on there. It's too bad because they have something going there.
From what I understand, Bagley's upset, Junior or the third, whatever, which one ever he is, because he's not playing in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
So his father comes out and says, trade him. De'Aaron Fox's father comes in and says, yes, get rid of him.
Dang.
And De'Aaron Fox, all he says is, Jesus Christ. So, so that's your two guards, young guards. And I don't know how that dynamic is going to work in the locker room. If my father don't like your father, my father don't like you, my father don't. But at the end of the day, these are professionals. Yeah. Pops, I understand that y'all want to defend your kid. Sit on the sidelines, LeVar. Let them work this out. This has nothing to do with you.
Well, Bagley's a big, right? Bagley's a big. He's like 7 foot.
No, is he?
Yeah.
Because I thought they was kind of saying that they were kind of in the same, like he was going to be an off guard or something.
No way. I mean, maybe if they were trying to run him at like a 3, like Durant or something, but he's a big. He was one of the Twin Towers at Hillcrest High School out here in Phoenix with DeAndre Ayton. So I don't know. I mean, it's probably, you're going to play Whiteside in the fourth quarter. He's a big body. He rebounds. He blocks shot. Right. I mean, I get it. It's too bad. I think one of my surprises is LaMelo Ball is actually doing pretty well. He's been hooping. Yeah. I mean, he's a rookie. He's going to have growing pains, but he seems to be really mature and coming in and taking hold of all the pressures that come, with being an early pick and having that Ball name, because we know there was all that hype surrounding them.
Right.
What you got on your mind, King?
I hate when parents and the wives jump in the business of these athletes, man. First of all, they're adults. They're not kids; they're adults. They gotta let their parents know that can you not do that? That just puts more of a bullseye on me. Period. Maybe I don't want to be traded. Maybe I'm happy where I just bought a house here. Maybe I don't want to be traded. Who knows? But they got to learn to stay in their lane. I know that's your son, but the time and place to give your input, man. That wasn't a good format for it. My opinion, of course.
No. So since both of you guys, let's just put it this way, both of you guys have kids that play sports, football. So say Jeremiah's a corner and does not get the playing time, comes in high pick, the second pick in the draft.
Okay.
And for whatever reason is not getting the burn. Do you say something to Jeremiah to figure out why you're not getting the burn, or do you go to the coach?
Jeremiah should go to the coach. I have to stay in my lane. He's a professional. If he's a professional, he has to. At that point in time, they have to be able to, be accountable for their own actions and how they handle them and conduct themselves towards coaches, high school, college, or professional. We already planted that seed already. They're at that age. They can go talk to the coach on their own. I can give my input as a dad behind closed doors, but I won't make it public. How you feeling about the situation itself? But I wouldn't blast a coach, or coordinator, or nothing like that. I wouldn't do that. That's not my MO.
Okay.
That's his job to do that.
I would agree. I think I would listen if they needed to vent to me, like if they wanted to vent, I'll listen, maybe give some advice, but it's not my role to go talk to anybody like, oh, my baby, you're not treating him right. If you have a problem, go talk to the coach yourself. If you don't feel like it's able to be settled that way, you have an agent, and that's what the agent takes all that money off the top from you for anyway. That's their lane. You let them handle that business end of it.
That's so Pop Warner-ish, if you think about it.
It is. I mean, but can you imagine when they were in Pop Warner and when they were playing Little League ball, how they might have reacted? Right. So.
But it's a double-edged sword too, because if you do that in Little League or Pop Warner, that's puts a bullseye on your son again.
Yep. So when is it? when are you supposed to say, all right, from here on out, you have to handle your business? Is it Pop Warner? Is it high school ball before high school ball?
I say high school. I don't get into his business with the high school team. He has a problem with, as long as it's not crossing the line, like, we saw that dude putting his hands on that child, that's a little different. But if it's a complaint about playing time or whatever the case may be, well, that's on you, man. Like, you got to either show up, show out, or talk to the coach yourself about what needs to be done to help on the field. That's how it would, that's what it would be for me. I don't really get involved in any of that unless it's something that, as a parent, I have to get involved in.
Right. That's not my speed.
That's just something I like. When I played, my parents never did that. They came to practice, but they got on me. If the coach got on me, they got on me in the car.
Yep.
Right. You know what I mean? So if the coach said, I'm not putting forth the effort, why are you not putting forth the effort? Why is he calling your name in that way? So I wouldn't understand all of that. Oh, before we continue, this episode, as always, is sponsored by My Cozy Creations and Daphne Cozy. Before I get beat up, let me make sure we put that out there, all right? I know we jumped right into it, unscripted and all that, so we just had to, Daphne from My Cozy Creations, thank you.
Yeah, all we were just excited to get going.
Yeah, we were. I'm sorry. So, gentlemen, what else is on the table?
I tell you what, I got something.
Okay.
What's that?
Do you think Deshaun Watson stays in Houston?
No.
Why?
No.
Do you think they're gonna trade him?
They've traded Hopkins.
Yeah, I know. We were the beneficiary of that.
Right. Yes, you are. Right. And I don't see him staying. It may be one more year, but he's not staying too long.
So, well, here's the thing. So he just signed that contract extension. So he has a 5-year, like $157 million contract with them, I think. Mm-hmm. And we're just finishing the first year of that new contract, or we're going into the first year. Either way, he's got 4 or 5 years left on the contract. Do you feel he has a legitimate gripe on what's going down in Houston?
Yes.
They're trash.
Well, and I think the thing about it that got him angered is, from what I've read in reports, is he didn't have a say in the GM hiring process, and the coordinator he wanted for head coach, Eric Bieniemy, didn't even get an interview with Houston. So not only did they not go in that direction, they didn't even request to interview him. The only team with a head coach opening that didn't request to interview Eric Bieniemy, to me, and to me, you're talking about one of the hottest offensive coordinators in the league, in the game.
Right
and
now,
you don't even request. That's negligence. Personally, on my how I feel about that, you can't not interview that guy. If you don't pick him because you feel he doesn't fit the system or culture or whatever crazy, mind-boggling stuff you got going on over there, that's one thing. But to not even interview or request interview is negligent. I mean, in a hot minute, I would take Eric Bieniemy and do away with Cliff Kingsbury here in Arizona.
Whoa!
Hey, there it is. There it is.
We'll get back to that in a second. King, you go ahead and talk about the Deshaun Watson situation first.
He don't have no weapons there, man. His team is pretty boo-boo, bro. They're pretty bad, man. They're pretty bad, man. I understand he got the bag, but once you get the bag, these guys want an opportunity to win, and he's just not winning. Mm-hmm. He's not winning. When they got rid of Hopkins, man, I'm like, that was a dumb move. Good move on the Cardinals' part. Dumb move on the Texans' part. They gotta get that man some type of power, man, or he's gonna leave. I would bounce. I would try my best to bounce.
if
He's
he,
gonna,
if he has the right agent, there's enough teams in the NFL right now that needs a quarterback.
Dallas.
Right down the
call Jacksonville.
Jacksonville
has a lot of money.
Yeah,
right.
They have a lot of money, and I understand you want to get you one of these young guns coming out of college. They're not proven.
No, but here's the thing: if you're Jacksonville, do you want Deshaun Watson, who's already proven that he can be an MVP candidate in this league, or take your chance on Trevor Lawrence, who, Trevor Lawrence he's going to be good, I think.
Yeah.
But we don't know. Like, we know what Deshaun is, and he's legit.
But
so if I was Jacksonville, I'd do it.
Does Jacksonville have the weapons to put around Deshaun?
I think. I mean, that's a good question. Honestly, I don't know enough about that roster.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I was asking.
Right.
I have no idea. But I'm just saying, if his agent is smart, he's already hitting teams already.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
What would it take? What do you feel that it would take for you to get my client to your city? Let's make this happen. Because I don't know any other team, any other sport where your superstar, the face of your franchise, has no say-so on the coach, coordinator, or the GM.
Yeah.
Not even if they don't have a little bit of input. I'm not saying you listen to them letter for letter.
Right.
But
not even part of the conversation, though.
Right. But you do put them in the conversation as at least a phone call.
Right.
You know, what can we do to keep you happy? What do you see since you're on the field that we need? So I don't Texans, but it is a Texas thing. Because if you think about it, Dallas is the same way.
Right.
They stars don't have no say so.
Right.
Come from one person and one person only. And that's why we have not won a Super Bowl in 25 years or more.
Put him in Indy. Indy would be a good fit for him.
Indy would be great because I think this is Phillip Rivers. This is it for him, right?
I would hope so. I mean, guess so.
Okay, wait a minute. Well, let's go back to your second part of this. You would have Eric Bieniemy instead of Kingsbury?
Yeah, I think so. Bieniemy's offense is proven to work in the NFL. Point blank, period. Whether that's Andy Reid offense or Bieniemy offense, it doesn't matter because we know that what he's doing works. Cliff struggles. As somebody that watches Cardinals game, because I never want to I don't want to throw that man under the bus, man. I mean, he's improved the winning each year he's been here now. But he has some questionable play calls in critical moments. And I don't think as a head coach, he manages the game well. Like, he'll burn through timeouts sometimes when it's not necessary. The play call comes in late. They're running low on the clock. They got to take a timeout, reset, start over. He ran, and the one that really did it for me was in that game against the Rams where we had to have a win to get in. And it was 3rd and long because of an undisciplined team, and there were penalties. And on a 3rd and long, they ran to the weak side a QB option. Pitch. And lost yardage. You can't. You have DeAndre freaking Hopkins out there.
Triple team, but go ahead.
Who's already okay? Fine. He's already proven twice this year that triple teams don't matter. True. He brings the ball down. That's what he does. And you're 3rd and long, and you're not even going in that direction. To me, especially is involved as we've all been in football. Sometimes that trying to be deceptive because you think you're smarter than the other coach doesn't work. You got to throw the ball to your best player.
Now
you also have a Hall of Fame wide receiver that can catch the ball. He don't drop too many passes either. Fitz.
Yeah.
True.
That's what I mean. Like,
True.
at least get yourself in a 4th and short and go for it on 4. I mean,
True. Okay. I mean, I'm not a fan, but from what I've seen, it's either one or two things. He's still learning the game as being a head coach in the pros. It's only his second year. So I got to give him that point. And 2, at some point, you have to take the training wheels off your quarterback. You have to let your quarterback get in there and stop thinking it's college, looking to the sideline. You got to call the plays, buddy. Call the plays. If it's not there, check into something else.
Check.
College days is over. Stop looking to the sidelines. And I think that's one thing in college they need to stop doing.
I agree, because you're not prepping them for the next level.
And if you want your quarterback to move on, he should be able to check at the line. And if he can't check, he shouldn't be your quarterback.
Point blank.
Because if the coach can see something different, why the quarterback can't see it? That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong.
No, you're right, because that's the trip is who's McVay? McVay's out in the Rams, right? That's Sean McVay. Did you? I just recently realized that. Did you know he's in Goff's head, telling him what the defense is up until 15 seconds before the snap? Yeah. He's talking to him the whole time. So like, Goff isn't really making his own decisions. McVay's the magic behind all of that.
Right. Wow. Yeah,
so that goes to OG's point, man. Like, at some point, we got to take the training wheels off of these quarterbacks. I mean, and that's why we don't get the type of quarterback we once did, I think, where like a Peyton Manning type, like nobody was in his helmet. He knew what was happening before you knew what was happening.
No, I haven't seen a college quarterback that can sit at the line, look at it and go, kill. Play 6, play 3, play 7, whatever. Something. Instead of going to the line, stopping and going like this. The whole team does it. And then come back and run the play. I don't get it.
No.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it and I don't like it.
Wait a minute. King.
Yes, sir.
Something about winter sports in Arizona?
Oh, man. Don't give me a boy. Woo.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Well, the AIA had a vote yesterday, and they voted 6-5 on they're going to cancel winter sports. So there will be no basketball, boys, girls, soccer, anything winter sports, all have been canceled. There's some mixed emotions within the Coaches Association, so I have to tread light for what I say, but I agree, and then I kind of disagree. And I agree because our numbers are high, and I totally understand that and understand why they're doing it. Where I don't understand is football got off.
Well, can I speak to that a little bit from the being, so enthralled in healthcare and stuff like that. I get that point for sure. And I would prefer winter sports going. So let me put that on record. The reason they're not comparable though is football was going and there was not, COVID was obviously a thing, right. But we're now in a massive surge, whereas there wasn't a surge that were overwhelming hospitals, specifically during that sports time. So unfortunately, this becomes a timing issue. Right, it's really what happens, and the surges are directly attributed to Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's holidays.
Facts. And I think that the excuse that a lot of coaches were told were if someone was to get hurt, that hospital beds will not be available for the people who get hurt.
Right.
And so I was thinking, like, how many people get hurt in basketball that requires the emergency room, that you can't go to urgent care? Not saying that it wouldn't happen, because it can happen. That was the excuse that they gave. I feel bad for the seniors, because AAU ball is still going on, club ball is still going on, prep schools are still playing. So what kids are going to do now is they're going to transfer to prep schools and take school online because you won't lose eligibility at all, which is kind of like the smart thing. So what I've noticed where a lot of kids who played prep and the prep season ended, they can go back to their home school and play because they're not a part of the AIA sanction. So I can go play at a prep school and play 40 games. Once the prep school season ends, I can re-enroll into my regular high school and play for my high school, and I won't have to sit out any games whatsoever. So why wouldn't a senior go to a prep school and continue his basketball career? I mean, that's the smart. We call it poaching, which it is poaching, but all the kids that knew that there might or might not be a season, a lot of kids went to prep school.
Yeah,
they already left already, but once the prep school's season ended, they're starting to trickle back.
It's looking like the right choice.
Right, back. So and they can go play in a CAA, AAU. There's all kinds of leagues that they can go get in, and they will not lose eligibility. So I really can't knock them. But for the seniors who are like on the bubble who can't make that AAU roster because they're already solidified already, that's gonna be tough, man. And they have put film out that they had last year or workouts that they do individually, or hopefully you got your name out there enough, that you'll get a look, and hopefully that your coach is actually putting in the work to get your name out there. It's tough, man. I was sad. I do freshmen and I assist with varsity. My freshmen were devastated yesterday, man, because I already know that some of those guys probably won't make JV next year. You know what I'm saying? Right, because they have a surge of club kids that are coming next season that will skip freshmen and go right to JV. So this was their chance to learn and grow, and they don't get the opportunity. So, but we'll come up with another plan. I can't put it out there just yet. I'll tell you guys off air. But it's gonna be a cool plan, though. So some of the kids that they will have an opportunity to do something. Most definitely.
That's cool. I'm glad you guys are working on something.
Yeah.
All right. Fair, because that's hey. Football brings in money, basketball don't.
That's
I mean, what Doc said makes sense.
Absolutely.
That is true. But the bottom line is football makes money.
Right.
Yes.
And basketball,
just like on the college levels and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
But they were gonna do basketball with no fans anyway. Just live stream the games or allow just one or two parents in, it's like AAU and club ball does. But AIA made a decision based on whatever they made a decision on. I understand, but I don't agree with it 100%. Not 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there should have been data presented that supported that. The amount of people that actually require some sort of hospital visit from basketball or some of these winter sports.
Right.
But
probably.
We're talking about the school district, the AIA. What is it?
AIA is it's the whole Arizona. They control all of the Arizona
all sports.
Okay, so
that are in public school.
This organization doesn't have enough power to go ahead and set off when you do have a game, have doctors and nurses at the games.
Well, so the problem there. That's actually a great point to bring up. And again, I can speak from the healthcare industry. The problem is we don't even have enough doctors and nurses for the hospitals.
Right.
So to even bring somebody in is not likely. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have made enough accommodations and pushed it back so many times. It was just a matter of time. If they didn't actually pull the trigger and either play or not play, I mean, they had to make a decision. And like I said, I respect the decision. I understand. But I really feel for the seniors, man. I mean, like I said, look on their faces yesterday was just, I mean, what do you say to that? They've given their, high school career to play basketball, and to have it snatched based on a one person decided not to do it. It could have went either way. It could have went.
So, can we say that the NCAA, which we know doesn't care about anything but money,
right,
should they give teams extra scholarships just for this 1 year for basketball? You see what I mean?
I don't think they're losing eligibility though. I think they get another year. I know football does. I'm not sure.
They get another. It's like this year was a mulligan. They get like another year of eligibility. Right, yeah.
But the seniors don't get another year.
Oh, you mean like the high school seniors?
High school seniors going to college.
That's a good question. I mean, that's tough.
You'll
have 19-year-olds, almost 20-year-olds playing against kids. So I would say no. Probably not.
At least on a practice squad or something for that university.
Oh, you mean for the college? Because
for your high school seniors, shouldn't the NCAA allow these colleges to have at least maybe 1 or 2 extra scholarships for sports that were canceled because you don't know what you're getting?
Yeah, I would hope so, but I mean, like you said, who knows? Yeah. Who knows if they'll even do anything to accommodate those kids? Because essentially, these seniors, like King said, these seniors now they have to rely on whatever they have on tape from junior year.
Right. And I'm a believer that you do grow from year to year.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
especially from that junior to senior year.
Right. If I'm a coach at North Carolina, I like what I saw on tape from this kid. So I was looking forward to his senior year. So since he doesn't have it, and I still would like to bring him in as a student athlete, not saying he's going to play, because I got to see what you can do, but at least give you that opportunity to earn your scholarship.
Right.
And I know it sounds crazy, but
no, don't.
You got to do something for these kids because
it's
not something that they're doing.
And that's when social media, takes precedent on that, because you have to post what you're doing. You got these days, scouts aren't going to homes no more.
Right.
They're on your Twitter, Instagram. Man, I'm telling you, I have learned a lot about the Twitter world and reaching out to coaches and how complicated and simple it can be. And it's a lot, man. And you got to really stay on it. And you can post what you're doing. You can post your film and post your workouts. As long as you post something that you're actually doing something, and that goes back to what we were saying a few shows ago, man, that playing multiple sports is the thing to do. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to get off the Fortnite and Call of Duty, man.
Get on film.
The gym.
So
that's it, man.
So once again, let's make this personal. Both you guys have sons that play sports. I know Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah's senior year coming up. Is this Travis's senior year coming up?
Oh no. Scotty will be a junior next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scotty. Okay. So how can I put this? As a parent, are you more in control now of your kids' Twitter, Facebook, and the stuff that's going to colleges, or are you still kind of letting them?
Oh yeah, I would say there's more influence there because we got to remember that even if we have the most mature of kids, they're still kids, and they're gonna put some silly stuff out there, and there's kids losing scholarships for what they post on Twitter nowadays. So I can't speak for King. I can only assume he's similar, but there's a lot more control from my end.
Right. Okay. I control Jeremiah's Twitter 120%.
There you go. See,
we have a conversation about what colleges he wants to tap into, and then we'll post his stuff on that coach's page or email him personally. Defensive coordinators. Actually, he got a call from NAU's defensive coordinator on Thursday.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Okay.
So he got one from Slippery Rock University, Sacramento State, Eastern Washington.
Slippery Rock, where's that at?
Pennsylvania.
Dang.
With a name like Slippery Rock, you better be next to some water somewhere.
Right. Yeah. So, no, like I said, you and Twitter is like you can find what you want to find. Coaches, DB coaches, corner coaches, quarterback, no matter what position it is, head coaches, all that, and you just tag them, man, and hope for the best, man. And just make your bio real simple, real quick. Great name, grade, GPA, position, what you do, and what you do outside of football for the most part, and your stats.
All right.
So, but he was cheesing for NAU. He was cheesing.
I bet.
He was
He
cheesing.
was.
Yeah.
I found out last, of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Dad's always finding last.
I was actually in basketball practice when I found out. I was like, one of his teammates told me, he said, "Jeremiah, I got a call from NAU." I called Jeremiah while I was on the basketball court. I need you to come to the gym. You approach the gym, please. Thank you. He said, "Am I in trouble?" No.
Not at all.
It was kind of cool.
You answered the question. Yeah, you in trouble.
I mean, but that's huge. I mean, he said he was nervous. I said, just be yourself, man. These guys, because the calls are gonna come. Just be yourself. That's all you can do.
Yeah,
they see through nonsense. Just tell them who you really are, what you want to do. Next level football. If that's what you want to do.
That's it.
Period.
Got you. Well, since the king brought up the internet and Twitter, before we got on today, the doc had a pretty good, what can we say? Summary,
an impassioned
summary of why. You know what, Doc? Like I told you, we had to talk about it. The floor is yours, sir. Please take it away.
I just think that sometimes, for all the great that social media can be in terms of keeping people linked up, I'm in connection with people that I've known for years and years, served with, whatever, that I might not otherwise have any contact with for phone numbers change and addresses change, things like that. So that's the good that social media brings, but I struggle with how much we've learned that the bad comes with it, and everybody gets to have an opinion and nobody's opinion is right, and it's personal attacks on integrity, personal attacks on intelligence, because your opinion might not be the same. And it makes you it's sad, man. It makes you lose respect for people that you've known for ages and maybe have gone through things with, or just known for decades even. And then you have to get to a point where you're now having to say, I need to remove you from my life, unfortunately. And it's not even because of views. Like, for me, I don't really care if you don't have the same views as me, as long as they don't tread on, people's rights and to live as anybody else. As long as they don't tread on that, I really don't care that we disagree. But when we disagree and then you start attacking that person, it really just rubs me the wrong way. And it's sad, man. It's sad because we get to this point where you have to start cutting people out your life over social media posts and perceived disagreements, and even making a statement as simple as being disgusted with the things that transpire in our nation's capital. Something pretty simple, and to get personally attacked immediately with the thing that really gets me is being disgusted with something that is happening at our nation's capital, and it's immediately defended by what happened over the summer with the looting and rioting and protests that were happening during the summer for totally different reasons. Let's put that out there, because you gentlemen know that where I stand in being an ally, but also saying, hey, I wouldn't condone that either. You know what I mean? I absolutely am for protesting for the things that we feel we need to protest for, but not at the cost of other people's property and lives and things like that. So just as I would condone that, I condoned what happened in Capitol Hill. But here's the thing, though, man. Like, and social media really brought this out. Like, what happened over the summer could be argued as criminal. Man, what happened this week was treason. Damn near treason. Come on, man. Like let's not. This isn't apples to apples, man. And then to just say let's agree to disagree and move on with our lives, to like attack somebody's integrity and intelligence and personal at a real personal level that social media allows for, really just rubs me the wrong way, man. And that's why we were having our discussions off air, and it's like, we want to promote what we do, because what we do is obviously on a social media platform, but also finding that fine balance between only wanting positive energy in my life, so stepping away from a lot of that social media and finding that balance. So, obviously I love what we all do, and I'm going to keep it pushing on social media, even if I'm not as active in the other areas. Because I ain't going to lie, man, I straight up, after what happened this week happened, I thought about deleting all of my social media. I mean, still doing this, but deleting all of those like personal pieces. And I'm like, I just, I can't do it. There's too many connections, man. There's too much that we do on there now.
You can't do it, brother. Because
so now I just squeeze out the negative energy. I don't have a problem. Block it.
There you go.
Block it your ass.
Block your ass.
I don't know how the king feels, but it's like people laugh when I say I watch Fox News, because you can't understand your enemy without knowing where your enemy is coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And their take on it was,
bro,
how their only thing that they could say was they could understand how the Capitol Police got overran. So then when the comparisons came up to the summer to now, it was so bad that I just had to turn it off and walk outside for a couple of minutes. I forget what's named, Larry somebody. These two coon brothers get on there and says, well, if you look at the data from 1970, it shows the cops are hesitant to shoot black people more than they are hesitant to shoot white people. I said, and in my mind, I'm going, this is one of two things. You never grew up where you got pulled over for driving black. You never grew up in the hood. Those are my two thoughts. And then I thought about it even more after he started spilling out all this stuff. I said, okay, if that's the case, you condone using violence against rioters, protesting something that's been going on for over 400 years. But now you're defending that there was no violence because they broke into a building.
Windows,
doors. And I understand what the Capitol is supposed to stand for. But like I had posted, and it's funny. I said, it's funny how animals and buildings are more important than black lives. Think about it. Michael Vick got arrested for dog fighting.
Oh, yeah, don't
you know what I mean? 2 years for dog fighting. That probably happens every Friday and Saturday night where he's from. And now you're concerned, and now all these senators want to get Trump out now because he incited a riot on a building. And I have to break it down. That's simple for me to understand it. And it's mind-boggling how low they think of black people, where you figure a building is more important than a life. And I don't get it. I don't get it. And like I would tell Doc, and then King, the floor is yours. Don't stay off of social media, Doc. We need you.
Thanks.
We need you because, like you said, you're an ally. Not only because you're on the show, you're a friend, but you're an ally. So if you can see that something is wrong, even if you reach one person, you did your job, and we commend you for that.
Reach one, teach one, baby.
And that's all we can ask. Because if everyone had that model, by this time we should be over stupid shit like this.
Yeah, one would think.
Yeah, period. I mean, because if we can get together in a sports atmosphere, if black and white can get on the line and block together, fight for each other,
that's what they don't want, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, that's what they don't want.
Come on,
the establishment, whatever you want to call it, man. That's what they don't want.
King, it's yours. I'm done.
I want to personally thank. I want to personally thank Donald Trump for bringing out all the wolves in sheep clothing out in the public.
Yes.
You actually did one thing correct. We appreciate that. But with that being said, I don't you know. So, but what happened out there in DC, man? Like Doc said, that's treason, man. That's I would have never thought that would have happened. Never. Change that scenario, there would have probably been 50 dead black people out there. You know,
they never made them the steps.
They didn't call those guys thugs, even though that lady said that we're in a mob.
Right.
This is a mob. You know, the double standard in this world, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. This shit gets old after a while, man. I'm sick of division.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this black, white, Hispanic, you know, Native American, man. Shit is one heaven and one hell. Period. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think heaven got a ghetto.
Heaven ain't got no ghetto. Heaven ain't got. I mean,
that's not what Fox said.
Yeah, you know, I'm just sick of the division, man. And for all my friends that are all nationalities, you know, I love all y'all, bro. I mean, I don't see color, man. I see truthfulness, honesty, and integrity in my eyes, but I can't speak for everybody else, man. I got real. Go ahead.
You got to see color. You have to see color because that's part of the problem. I understand what you mean.
Right. That's probably what I'm trying to say, though. That's probably what I'm trying to say. You know, it's sad, bro. It's just, you know, I just hate that, you know, like I said, what our grandparents told our parents that are now we're telling our kids, it's the same stuff. And it's nothing's changing. It's getting progressively worse.
Because of social media.
Social media.
I'm telling you, bro. You let some people hide behind these keyboards, man, and
become thugs.
Man. I tell you, man. But
I got blocked from Facebook for 24 hours for stating my opinion on a chick that said something, and I got restricted for 24 hours. And they, you know, Facebook sent me a little thing on what was your reason why, and I can't tell y'all what I said to Facebook. It's totally inappropriate.
That's why you went to Facebook jail for 24 hours.
Right, I went to Facebook jail for 24 hours. I got bailed out the next morning, and I still was talking reckless. But you know, it's funny how Facebook they'll block you for saying a political view, but they got people on there twerking, smoking weed, shooting guns in the air. The list goes on and on. What's appropriate and what's not appropriate? I didn't make a threat. I made a comment.
Put this way,
you know what I'm saying?
What's normal and non-normal anymore?
Right. I just see some crazy stuff on Facebook, and I say something that's in regards to my political view. All of a sudden, I'm restricted for 24 hours.
Well, it happens. It happens.
You know,
it happens.
So,
gentlemen, I think this was a very great unscripted show today. We talked about a lot of things.
I like the unscripted stuff, man.
I bet you do, Doc. I bet you do.
I don't get my script anyway.
Yeah. King don't ever even have his script.
So this fit right up your alley, huh, King?
Yeah.
All right, Doc, go ahead and take us out, sir.
All right, you know what it is. 2021. We want to thank you all for subscribing. We're up to 200 subscribers, and that's a beautiful thing. And we appreciate y'all for that, for supporting. As you know, we're looking for them views too. So keep on sharing, man. Keep on sharing. Tell your friends to share, please. And you know what it is. I don't ever change it. I say share, and I say hit that bell. That way you know when we're going live, Crime Time and Indirect. In this episode, as we so elegantly and lately said, is brought to you by My Cozy Creations, Ms. Daphne Cozy. See, we got it on time that time.
Right.
And I want to sign off. I'm going to just sign off with love for everybody, man. Just love, man. And we need more love out here. We need no more division. Just love everybody. And if you, for whatever reason, can't love a person, man, keep it pushing and keep it moving. Don't let that negativity in your life. Surround yourself with positivity. That's why I'm with these cats right here. I love you all cats, man. And that's what it is. King, what you got?
Sure, I'm gonna give a shout out to all the athletes that are missing out on sports this winter. Keep your heads up. Stay positive. Stay busy. Like Doc said, man, we need more hugs than hate. So
that's it.
All right. Well, for me, I just want to shout out saying love, prosperity to everyone since in 2021. But you know that saying when they say you lift all those weights and all. I didn't lift no weights this summer, but I did pick the right stats. And this right here,
bam,
is the work for it. And I must commend everybody in my fantasy football league. They know I went from worse
to first. Worst to first,
year.
baby.
So this is my first ring. It won't be my last. Y'all in trouble next season because I'm ready to repeat. All right.
I'm gonna put it out there right now, man. 4G Show and Guest Fantasy Football League. What up?
Let's do that.
That sounds good. And let's do it.
Yes, sir.
That means you're gonna be the commissioner. All right, very good. So
moving forward.
I messed up how that happens.
If you like, follow, comment, and share on all our social media platforms. And as always, thank you for watching. And we'll see y'all next week. 4Gs. I'm sorry, hold on. 4Gs. We're out.
Yeah.